Today, students at Rideline High School in Liberty Lake walked out of class. Tonight, why they did it and what they were speaking out against. All lanes of Stevens Street back open tonight after a truck got stuck under the railroad viaduct. Tonight, we go over what happened.
Clouds, clouds, and more clouds in the days to come as temperatures stay a little bit cooler.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. In North Idaho news tonight, police chiefs throughout the Silver Valley are publicly expressing a formal vote of no confidence in the newly appointed Shoshone County Sheriff. KREM 2's Christian Garza has been looking through documents all day today. So Christian, what'd you find?
In a 5-page letter sent to the Shoshone County Board of County Commissioners, police chiefs from Pinehurst, Kellogg, and Osborne are laying out why they believe Sheriff William Eddy is unfit for the job. In a letter sent last Friday, the Silver Valley police chiefs lay out 3 main reasons for the vote of no confidence: lack of communication, lack of administrative and budgeting experience, as well as concerns of decision-making, which they believe undermines effective collaboration between the city and county. Reportedly, the chiefs say these issues have led to a deteriorating workplace climate within the sheriff's office, which contributes to the loss of experienced personnel and gaps in training. Sheriff Eddy did not want to talk on camera for an interview, but he did tell me over the phone that the administration that resigned all did so before he took office except for one. He went on to say, "This reaction is what happens when you break up the good old boy system." Sheriff Eddy was appointed back in November after former Sheriff Holly Lindsay resigned in October. Since then, 2 members of the Shoshone County Sheriff's administration staff have resigned, with 1 other member resigning this month. County commissioners have also weighed in on the letter since it was sent to them last week. According to our reporting partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press, Commissioner Jeff Zimmerman says he is disappointed by the lack of professionalism from the city police chiefs and the lack of support for the county, especially when in his first few months as sheriff, the county has dealt with things like natural disasters and the active shooter situation in December, on top of inheriting issues like the jail, budget, and staffing. Zimmerman goes on to say, instead of offering an olive branch, they have instead brought accusatory statements that are based in opinions, not facts. It was unnecessary and an act of bad faith. When asked if any commissioners would meet today to talk about the letter, Commissioner Dave Dose sent me an email saying, in part, the sheriff's office and the sheriff do not fall under the board's authority other than in matters of budgeting. Now, we did reach out to the Pinehurst, Kellogg, and Osborne police chiefs for comment, but we did not hear back. Now, we have the letter sent to county commissioners up on our website, KREM.com. In the newsroom, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
All right, Christian, thank you very much. Today, the Washington State Department of Commerce announced a $54.5 million in grants to help create nearly 5,000 affordable housing units all across the state. The state projects it needs more than 1 million homes by 2044 to keep pace with anticipated population growth. Here's the list of awarded projects here in Spokane County. We have 6 projects from the city of Spokane, totaling more than $3.5 million. We also have 2 projects from the city of Spokane Valley, 2 from the city of Airway Heights, and 1 in Spokane County, totaling nearly $4.5 million. New today, the University of Idaho is requesting to buy Harbor Center property. That's according to our news partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press. They report the University of Idaho has requested that the Coeur d'Alene City Council authorize Mayor Dan Gukin's administration to negotiate its sale. The council will consider opening negotiations during tonight's meeting. Selling the property could mean extra funds for the city and no more maintenance responsibilities. However, the wastewater and parks departments worry about losing public access, parking, and future expansion opportunities. The university says owning the property would improve student resources and partnerships. Lawmakers in Washington state considering a bill that would ban the retail sale of nitrous oxide after a spike in dangerous cases and deaths. The substance, also known as laughing gas, is widely available in convenience stores and at gas stations. According to a study published in the medical journal JAMA Network last year, the number of annual deaths connected to nitrous oxide poisoning climbed from 23 deaths in 2010 to 156 in 2023. Washington lawmakers say the bill would make their state the second in the nation after Louisiana to ban retail sales.
The fact that it's being sold over the counter in, bright colors and fancy names and stuff is just ridiculous. Like, we got to get this stuff off the shelves.
Lawmakers in Oregon passed a bill last year making it tougher for kids to access nitrous oxide. A broader retail ban could be considered next year there. All right, let's talk weather right now on this Tuesday evening with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Lagoud joining us in the Outdoor Weather Center. Jeremy, the sun has since set, but earlier tonight you said you actually saw a bit of blue sky.
I could actually see a couple of peaks of blue from those clouds. But Mark, I think tomorrow we're back in the clouds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. Let's talk it. Because right now we sit at 29 degrees and those clouds are thickening back up. It's unfortunate and it's our current weather pattern. We did stir the atmosphere. We stirred it enough that not only did we see some breaks in those clouds, they arrived a little later than I was hoping, but we also thinned that layer of clouds over the top of us. They were much thinner, and that is promising for the days to come. We're pretty close to 30 degrees right now, and we don't have much to talk about. But notice how the clouds are moving in different directions on the future tracker. Clouds down low move in one direction, clouds up high move in another. That is good news for getting rid of our current cloud bank. Unfortunately, what winds up happening is we wind up back in a different type of cloud. So on Thursday, when we eventually see that shift, I think that's when we have our best chance at seeing sun, if I'm being honest. Tomorrow, no real change. Decreasing clouds on Thursday, and by Friday, we're talking mostly sunny skies, I hope.
So too, Jeremy, thank you very much. Well, KREM 2 sports reporter Caitlin Galloway spoke with the new Spokane Zephyr FC head coach Nicole Lukic about how she's transitioned into becoming the new head coach in the middle of the season.
It's been great. It's been a lot, obviously, coming into a season that's already been started. It's just been a whirlwind. Like you said, it went really fast, but I've really enjoyed getting to know the players that are here on the team, the staff that's been in place, the front office staff, and the city of Spokane.
What have been kind of your first impressions of Spokane since you've been here?
Well, I'm from the Midwest, and honestly, there's a lot of similarities. Everyone's been super nice, friendly, welcoming. I've been really happy with how mild the winter's been. The winter's been better for me.
Well, if you'd like to watch the rest of our interview with the new Zephyr head coach, just download KREM 2 Plus for your TV and watch for free. Andy Patton is back with a new Locked On Zags episode where he looks at the offensive depth the men's basketball team used to beat Seattle University on Saturday.
Because Gonzaga's offense is predicated on funneling the ball down low to either EK or Huff. And without either of them playing, they had to run a different offense. And in a very short period of time, following the Gonzaga's win over Washington State on Thursday night and Gonzaga's game against Seattle U about 48 hours later, Gonzaga made the decision to not play Graham Ike in that game on Saturday to rest his ankle. He kind of tweaked the ankle towards the end of the game against Washington State. It's unclear when the decision was made to sit him out for the game against Seattle U. But from whenever that decision was made, Gonzaga had to make the decision to then run a different offense. They're not going to just, pass the ball down low to Ismaila Diani or Jalen Worley. That's not either of those players' particular strengths.
To watch the rest of Patton's analysis and other Gonzaga athletics topics, you can catch the latest Locked On Zags podcast on KREM 2 Plus. Just download for free and watch on your TV. All right, coming up on KREM 2 News at 5 tonight, we look at how a truck got stuck under a local bridge today, that incident, and how Spokane authorities responded after the break. And in 8 minutes, from DOJ subpoenas to nationwide protests, we're bringing the latest fallout from ICE's recent actions in Minnesota.